There we go. Now I'm not late. Okay. Hi, Mr. Scott. Hi, Roland Bear. And Red Feather's already up here. And
what up, people?
Hi, Middle, Maddie, Hey, Maddie.
I have
Kelly
my head next to the fan. Leave me alone.
Sutter. Hi, Kelly Sutter. What's up? Okay. So, I need to ask everybody except Red Feather because she already knows I'm going to ask like a freaking question, okay? Does anybody in the chat remember Chips Ahoy's Kevin? The little character Kevin where he goes, hee, oops, and he turns everything into rainbow colors, like everything he touched. Like his mom's like, don't touch the appliances, Kevin. And he touched the fridge and he turned rainbows. Like anybody remember Mr. Christie's Kevin? Anybody?
So you're telling me he's super gay?
He's a gay Solomon.
He even turned the livestock rainbow colored. The neighbor came out and he's like, don't touch the livestock. And he goes, hee hee, oops. And he touches all the cows and they turn rainbow.
Okay, I'm coming in.
He has like the Midas touch, but rainbow cookies. He made the rainbow
Alright, so
cookies.
Maddie says she remembers the character, but nothing about the advert.
Oh, okay. Well, Kevin comes over his house and like the fence he walks by just turns into rainbow colors because he brightens up the world. And so the neighbor's like, don't touch the livestock, Kevin. And then he touches all the cows and then he turns rainbows. And then it's funny because they actually say this. His very white mother says, don't touch the appliances. And he touches them and they turn rainbows. And then one day he was counting the chocolate chips on his chocolate chip cookie and he turned them rainbow. And that's how the Chips Ahoy chocolate chips turned into rainbow colored candy chocolate chips. And that's how you got Chips Ahoy rainbow chocolate chip cookies from Kevin, who said hee oops every time he touched shit and turned it rainbow colors.
All right.
And you've all now learned something that is deeply important to the world as it turns.
So he was the head gay guy, huh?
Yeah. You said he oops.
I made that joke. Fuck.
And even though he was gay, he had a very white mother. Like, they actually say that exact sentence in Kevin's very white mother.
Wait, really?
Yeah, really. They actually say that in the commercial because she's ghost white, and so Kevin can't touch her because she'll turn rainbows.
Bitch,
Like-
please.
So that's why they specify very white mother. Kevin is also very white, but he turns everything into brighter colors and makes the world a better place by just
What is this?
puking colors on shit.
Was it really Riley Dennis?
I don't think so. I was in single digits when I remember seeing this commercial on television, okay? It's like back in the 90s. Might even be the end of the 80s, but yeah. I would walk around as like a little me of stupid and just touch things and go, hee, oops, and touch shit all over the place. And people would be like, stop it. And I'm like, but I'm Kevin, the Chips Ahoy kid. And unfortunately, the things that I touched did not turn to rainbow colors. But I blame this commercial for the dumb things I did in high school. And I'll tell you why. This commercial ruined me because, see, again, everything he touched, it was like he puked colors on shit. Just abstract retarded. So anyways, in high school, for some reason, it was really fun to snort all the colors of pixie sticks and then sneeze on the wall and then run away before the janitor caught you so you could just make abstract snot art in rainbow color. And I blame Kevin, the Chips Ahoy kid, for that. Because now I had the power to brighten up the world with my rainbow colors. I had the powers of Kevin.
BG?
Yeah.
In a word, The fuck? Oh wait, those are two, but points
The
don't
fuck.
stand.
And
DAFUQ. The fuck. There you go.
Yeah.
it's okay because, like, as we were sneezing the colors of the rainbow, making our art projects on the wall where we ate lunch, Sockbat would stand in front of the security camera and scratch his balls so nobody could see who was doing it. It's just so crazy. You just stand in the middle of the hallway scratching his nuts while we were doing it.
We now know where Blind Girl's brains went. All over the cafeteria wall.
Oh, no. It wasn't even a cafeteria. It was a little corner in the high school. So we found like a corner and we called it the corner. And we ate lunch there and it was really messy when we left. And janitor would be like, I'm gonna fucking get those kids one of these days. And every time he thought he was onto us, Anthony would be there in front of the security camera just scratching his nuts.
I like it how it's specifically his nuts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Big Dro.
You know?
Sometimes it
Was
was
the
his butt.
janitor like groundskeeper Willie?
Pretty
So
much,
in a case
except
like that, whoever the hell watched the security camera, did they take a collection for some jock itch treatment for your brother?
no, surprisingly. And it's a really small town too, so it raised a lot of questions. But he had cornrows in his hair that I put in with hair gel and glue, so, you know, and he had big pants and chains everywhere, so nobody really questioned him because nobody wanted to go near him because they're afraid he might snap any minute. It's always a quiet kid scratching the balls in front of the camera so they don't catch us sneezing pixie stick snot on the wall in rainbow colored abstract beauty. It was just a masterpiece every lunch hour. Matter of fact, it became such a problem that they actually put a sign up there that said, do not restricted access, staff only, to like a hallway with a corner. Because they just didn't want us there, but we sat there anyways. Yeah, principal would come by every once in a while and we'd get up and walk away, and then when he left, he'd go and sit back down there, and that was it. Sat there anyways. There's like 5 or 6 of us and we're all ridiculous. And the reason why I'm thinking about that is because I got Chips Ahoy mini rainbow cookies. And I've been eating them.
How can you tell?
Because they taste...
This stream.
They taste like
This
my
stream
childhood.
brought to you by.
No, but these cookies
Mini
taste...
rainbow.
Stream is brought to you by really fucking weird shit.
These cookies taste like my childhood.
Which tastes like burgers, which means you should probably contact Chips Ahoy.
Okay, so the reason I had this awesome moment of my history life is just because my sugars were low and I had to wait for them to come back up so I could actually read the news, but that's why I gave you guys an anecdotal glimpse of how I grew up.
No, I don't want to know how you grew up. Because that shit sounds weird. No, I'm kidding. No,
There's
that
a lot of
was-
weird things
is
that happened in my life when I was a child, okay?
It's not even a normal kind of weird. It's sort of like a what the fuck kind of weird.
Okay, so I have a weird family. And they bought these pots once. My stepmom and my dad, they bought these pots and they had this lid. And they would click shut, and then you could like push this little button and it'd like make holes in it so you could like drain out the stuff, and then you should be able to get the lid off again, and it's like you don't have to use a strainer. It's like a pot and a strainer all in one. And for some reason, the lid just wouldn't fucking come off the pot of potatoes. So my dad, he put on safety goggles, and a surgical mask, and some gloves, and threw on Crazy Train, and went, all right, let's get down to business. And he wrestled with the pot. And we didn't have potatoes that night for dinner when he was done.
That sounded a
Story that obvious.
whole lot weirder than you were going for.
Definitely the reason you are scarred for life. But here's the thing, after hearing the story about the rainbow sneeze, well, not just your family that's weird, you are too.
Well, I mean, DNA, dude.
I don't think that's how that works. I think that aspect is more of a social nature rather than a hereditary nature. You fucking weirdo. I'm just trying to be funny and I'm not.
Well, I
Shit.
mean, you know, and it comes down to the fact that I was barely double digits. Barely. I think I was 10 or 11. Around that age. My dad decided we should have a family night. So there's me, my little brother who's like barely not able to drool on himself. And because he's 8 years younger than me, just so you know. We're all sitting there and my dad puts on, you Brits are gonna get why this is not a family movie. The Full Monty.
Yeah, anyway.
Not a family movie, okay? For anybody that doesn't understand why. It's about I believe Virginia when the coal stopped a flowing, right? I think, or West Virginia or something like that. And everybody's like the mine shut down or whatever, and this dad is losing his kid because they can't afford the child support, and all these people have like no jobs, and so they decide to become male strippers for one night to make a bunch of money. My dad thought this would be a family movie. He was very shocked by the end of it.
Did you say the Full Monty?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm actually still thinking what you were talking about, the pot with the button that you press to strain and stuff. I'm still sitting there thinking about the same time I had moved into my house. By that time, my wife and I were dating, and one day we decided, okay, let's have pasta. That's when I realized, you know, in all that time, in the time I'd lived at the house, and it never occurred to me to buy colander. But I did have a big empty plastic bowl and a Black & Decker. 5 minutes with a 132-inch bit. I had a colander.
See, that's crafty. Whereas my dad was just ridiculous.
Yeah, but I still have that bowl actually, and I'll never be able to use it as a bowl again.
And you can use it for straining pasta, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I don't eat pasta anymore.
you can give it to your son
Why
if you
did it
could
stink?
play with it in the bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
Your son can play with it in the bathtub.
Strained boiled eggs, I guess.
And I lost my vision not by a pixie stick or my dad doing ridiculous things or knowing that Sockbat likes to scratch his nuts in front of cameras. Just so you know. Just so you know. But yeah, I guess I could possibly move on to news. Where did you dump the new stuff, Trucker?
News dump.
Ah, okay, yeah. I have a bunch of shit in there. Actually, there was one that I really wanted to read about canceling Steven Pinker. Anybody know who that guy is?
No.
Crap.
Nope.
Definitely not.
Crap. Well, that sucks, because now nobody's going to understand why this news article is so cray-cray. So, yeah, Sockbat posted it and was like, I know this isn't news, but you're gonna love this kind of thing, because, like, I love Steven Pinker. So he's a linguist and historian. He's Canadian. He works in America, I think, at a university. He's written books about the Enlightenment and a bunch of other things. He's been quoted a lot by a bunch of people, even though most people don't know who he is. Like, he's been quoted by, like, Ben Shapiro and the left as well. They've kind of taken his shit out of context, but a lot of people still don't know who he is. So I will just tell you that the Dear Linguistic Society of America. This is an open letter by members of the linguistics community calling for the removal of Dr. Steven Pinker from both our list of distinguished academic fellows and our list of media experts. We, the undersigned, believe that Dr. Pinker's behavior as a public figure... Oh shit, my phone is being ridiculous. As a public academic is not befitting of a representative of our professional organization, that the LSA's own stated goals make such... Sorry, my phone's being a cunt again.
Hello, good.
And yeah, hello again.
Sense of conclusion inevitable, and that basically they're calling for the removal of Dr. Pinker from their shit. They've signed a petition to try to get rid of him, even though he's been, working at a university for a long time, because he's been poking the bear for like a long, super duper long time. He's been kind of poking leftists while he's been working at, I think, Harvard. So yeah, it's an open letter from linguists to try to get Steven Pinker kicked out of the Linguist Society of America because he tweeted things that hurt their progressive fifis.
So they're just moaning like little bitches because of the linguist
tweeted stuff. He's a famous linguist. Like, Steven Pinker is like, he's a public figure. Just a lot of people don't realize who he is until they see him. He has really cool hair. But he is a Canadian American cognitive psychologist, linguist, and popular science author. He is a Johnstone Family Professor in the Department of Psychology at Harvard University and is known for his advocacy of evolutionary psychology and the computational theory of mind. Basically, they just don't like him.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. He believes in the Enlightenment period. He has a lot of theories. He has a lot of lectures. He has a lot of books. And fuck off, insulin pump. I'll change you later. And they're trying to cancel him. And unless there's Steven Pinker fans in the chat, nobody's gonna really understand why it's kind of funny that they're trying to cancel him. Like, for example, he wrote the book Enlightenment Now. The Laws of Human Nature, The Stuff of Thought. He's written just a lot of very scientific books, but of course he doesn't like progressives. Matter of fact, he says they're not very progressive most of the time. So yeah, sucks. Not a whole lot of people know who he is, so can't have a good laugh about it, I suppose.
So they got tired of going after Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
Now they have to do this guy.
Yeah, pretty much, and they're both Canadians too. Jordan Peterson and Pinker don't always line up either.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's somebody else that they can go after.
Yep. And so my brother sent it to me, and I thought, you know what? I'll just read it because, you know, probably should. Alright, so. More statues being taken down. Anybody surprised? Probably not.
No.
Christopher Columbus statue near Little Italy brought down, tossed into Baltimore Inner Harbor.
You gotta say it correctly. They dropped it in the harbor, huh?
Yeah. A crowd of shouting protesters yanked down Christopher Columbus near Little Italy, dragged it to the edge of Baltimore's Inner Harbor, and rolled it with a splash into the water as fireworks went off around the city on the night of the 4th of July, aka Independence Day, or aka Mercaday. Fuck yeah. So, Columbus. Go kaboom. And of course, nobody really tried to stop them. There's really no investigations into who did it or to bring anybody to justice, because turned out Columbus statues
No. They know who did it. Because the thing is, if you are in downtown Baltimore, you're on a camera.
Yeah.
Run
Well, I'm
by
sure
the
they
city.
know who
They
did it,
watched
but they're
them
not
do it.
they're not going to pursue it. They're not going to do anything.
That is true, because they, for the most part, are kind of agreeing with them. I mean, Baltimore is worse than Atlanta in this stuff. You know, worse than Atlanta, worse than New York as far as protect them. I mean, remember, this is a city that when they started burning the city down over Mayor Gray, or over Freddie Gray, the mayor said, back off and let them burn it. So it's absolutely zero surprise that, they're not going to do anything about it.
Yep. And then, of course, as I heard on the Daily Wire today, however, somebody filmed, I guess a couple went and vandalized a Black Lives Matter thing. And they're gonna bring these people to justice, because, oh my god, how could they, so much thought and effort into the letters Black Lives Matter, and somebody painted over it?
How dare you vandalize our vandalism?
Wasn't it the street in D.C. where they painted
something
in
like
huge
that.
letters?
And this
Black Lives
woman,
Matter or something.
Feels like it was LA, I think.
yeah, and this woman painted over it, and her boyfriend taped her doing it, and everybody's like, bring them to justice, man, arrest them, fuck those guys. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And as Matt Walsh says, but the statues that took longer to create and people have put up and kind of respected and had pride in, that have more artistic integrity than the Black Lives Matter thing, throw that in the river and fuck whoever did it, let him go. But God forbid you hurt the Black Lives Matter, man. God forbid. Oh my God, like, they need to get cast into the pits of purgatory. Eternal hellfire and shit for those peoples. Yeah. Set them on fire. That was all sarcasm, just in
And
case
history
anybody
repeats
wants to.
itself once more.
I'm not afraid of censorship.
It's a crying shame they do something like that when Christopher Columbus didn't have anything to do with slavery in the U.S.
Nope.
Yeah.
I wish Eminem
That
had.
tells me that it's a bunch of uneducated idiots that don't know their history.
It's a bunch of people that hate America, and so everything that is American must come down and be erased. And anything that has to do with whiteness.
They need to give them all one-way tickets to wherever they want to go.
Exactly.
No
Get the fuck
re-entry.
out of here. Eminem was reading.
Oh, I was just gonna say there's a new group now called the Not Fucking Around Coalition.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice name.
Big Joe says it'll only be it's just a matter of time before they tear down Mount Rushmore.
We're already trying that. But what's interesting.
Mount Rushmore is hard to get.
Yeah, they've been trying to for a while. It's just, yeah.
Well, it's saying now that it was built on stolen property.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're saying the Sioux, it belongs to the Sioux. Well, the thing is, the Sioux aren't the original people there either.
Yeah.
Nope.
They all stole it.
Yeah, Native American tribes are nomadic. Most of these, any and all land is sacred to them. There's no one special significant place. That's maybe, at best, it's a landmark that they use, in their travels. The problem is, no one particular place became any more sacred than another until the reservation system was even established.
Not unless it was a burial ground.
Mm-hmm. I kind of think at this point, I'm starting to think that maybe when the settlers got the land from the Sioux, they should have treated the Sioux like the Sioux treated the people that they got the land from. Genocided them all.
Eminem, I don't know if he's on
At least that way
Instagram.
there'd be less people.
I don't know if he's on Instagram or Twitter, or it was some kind of post somewhere that's probably taken down already, but he was reading a post. It sounded like a blog. And this guy was saying, Columbus didn't have anything except, a compass and his wits and the basic, tools and whatnot, and managed to do all these great things, with integrity. And you're sitting here, you have the world at your fingertips, and you've contributed and done nothing and gone nowhere and expanded nothing and brought nothing, and yet you're sitting there whining about the people that really did accomplish something, trying to erase it. What have you contributed lately? What have you done? You've done absolutely nothing, but you can spit in the face of the people that have. And it was.
It was a twin. It says it was a Twitter thread on Instagram. And the thing is, you're not wrong about Christopher Columbus. The thing is, how many people realize the reason Christopher Columbus discovered America is because his ass got lost.
He really didn't discover.
No,
Well, he discovered the West. He discovered the Bahamas and all that area.
Yeah.
If you have a copy of that Twitter thread on Instagram, M&M's, send it to me. If you don't, I am just badly paraphrasing. But here
even
are all
then,
these
it's-
fucking asshole college kids that have all this technology and just the world at their feet, and they're spitting on people that did things beyond themselves with less resources and less ability to do so, and yet accomplish so much, and they're trying to erase that, and yet they contribute nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. But they're willing to smash people that have contributed something. And it's like, launch them to Mars. Just send them, launch them into the fucking sun, please. Like, God, these kids.
Also, I know this is gonna sound, I don't know if this is gonna be relevant, but
Hi, Jemima.
for people that are supposed to be open-minded, they sure as shit aren't open-minded to the idea that beliefs and morality change within hundreds of years.
Weird, isn't
It's
it?
not, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, because standards 200-300 years ago aren't the same standards that we have now. You know,
They all listen to their white Christmas and all that bullshit.
it's like 200 years ago, fucking the workplace was filled with kids that were working for the lowest, for, you know, the equivalent of a few quid.
Also, like, how old was Columbus? He was pretty young. These were all kids in their 20s doing this revolutionary shit back then.
Well, at that time period, the life expectancy of people and the life
Was
expectancy
about
of
like
most people
40?
are, yeah, 40 at the most.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they were really young when they were
It-
doing that stuff.
But it's just they cannot fathom that people or that ideas can change over several years. And that's what really frustrates me the most.
I think they can fathom it. I think it's all gaslighting.
Roland Bear says they will contribute one day as a landfill. Well, come on, Roland Bear, you're not wrong. I mean, we got to get.
You're giving them way too
I mean,
much
we
credit.
The soil needs that nitrogen, damn it.
But what
Yeah,
if that nitrogen...
That's actually one of the weirdest things I actually saw one time is a cemetery where the ultra hippies are actually, you know, getting themselves buried now. They don't put them in a coffin or nothing. They just wrap them in cheesecloths and toss them in a hole. They said as soon as that place fills up, they're going to use it as farmland. Have fun.
They should plant a tree on them, right?
Just use a mass grave? And also, Red Feather, do you want haunted forests? Because that's how you get haunted forests.
You moved the gravestones, but you didn't move the bodies.
Hey, honey.
You know, I just realized that Crappy and I are the only ones that are probably old enough to remember that fucking movie.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
I've said the Poltergeist. No, I've seen it.
The original?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I have a rule where, in general, I refuse to watch remakes of old school horror movies.
The remake of Poltergeist, they used my
Oh,
name
yeah.
for the bratty teenager, and I was pissed.
Well, it's
the remake
pretty
of-
accurate. Well, that's pretty accurate then.
Well, the remake of the original Poltergeist actually wasn't bad as long as it didn't call it Poltergeist.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about that.
Well, I mean,
But
that's what a
before we
lot
get
of
off
that
topic,
stuff is
I have one final thought experiment for everybody. One final thought. So, you know, the Republic of America is kind of in that part where soft, complacent people are going to crash and burn it. We're going to have to start over. Do you think, because history has dictated this so far, and so the answer is no to this, but do you think there is even a chance of a snowball chance that we can stop the cycle before America is about to break?
It's not going to. It's not going to stop. The only thing we can do is hope to lessen the impact of it.
Yeah, so all you can really do is just delay it and try to and try to lessen the impact of it. There's no way
Right.
to And at this point, honestly, I don't even know what can be done in that department of just lessening the impact just because of how fucking far gone we are at this point.
Well, the thing is, I mean, Tim Pool actually flat out said it in a video earlier today. The civil war that everybody's worried about, like it or not, it has begun.
We're already at small scale guerrilla warfare air skirmishes. That is 2 steps removed from outright, like full on it will be put down. Our kids will be studying in history the Civil War.
As if we wouldn't already, as if the US wouldn't be studied right around this time period anyway.
Oh yeah, this will be very interesting. Although it's like the thing is when you don't ever want to live in a time period that is studied in history that has you don't ever want to live in a time period that has its own chapter in a history book. The time period you want to live in is the one that's just summed up in one sentence of and everyone was fat and happy. That's the time period you want to live in. The era that's studied in history, that's the era that sucks to live in.
So
But the reality is
are we watching the fall of
that
Rome
is near impossible.
all over again?
I hope not.
It's like, it sounds not nihilistic, but it sounds quite defeatist, those Skittles, but I don't think that's possible.
Don't think it's possible to do what?
To have a period of time where there are only 1 or 2 sentences in regards to that.
Well, aside from Prohibition, that's what the Roaring '20s was.
Well,
It's a couple extra paragraphs of just, and they banned alcohol, which was a really stupid decision, and gave women the right to vote.
What happened after the 20s?
And STDs were completely, ran absolutely rampant, and the whole time the Roaring '20s was happening in the U.S., something was happening in Germany. A certain guy was, working on gaining power.
In Germany in the '20s it sucked because you went straight from the Weimar Republic to the Third Reich.
Okay, so
but
I
even
think
then, the Weimar Republic was a bit shit anyway.
That Weimar Republic is the entire reason World War II happened.
and that's why the best decade is the 90s, because nothing happened.
The '90s fucking sucked.
Exactly! They were so boring, it sucked. In other words, nothing happened. People that lived through the 90s to 2000s were just fat and happy.
Not so much.
I was about to say, except for, stuff like Desert Storm.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gulf War syndrome.
Yeah.
Or
Big Dro, Red
there
Feather
was
does
still
have the right to vote.
tension
She is a U.S. citizen in the U.S. And as far as Blind Girl, when she moves down here and takes a test, go, okay, sure. Till then,
No thanks, I'll
Also,
stay
I'm
in Canada because
pretty
I like free
sure
insulin.
That even in the 90s, they still had to deal with the fact that it was post-Cold War. There was still fucking tensions.
I was perfectly happy from 90s to 2000. I had no goddamn worries.
And also, let's not forget though concern that was sort of started in the 70s, but terrorism, that was a growing concern.
Yeah.
A growing concern, but it wasn't a big, gigantic civil war that we're having to live through and watch the end of America implode.
through half the 90s, you didn't care about it. Everything was fine and great for you because you were still in diapers for half of it.
I wasn't in diapers in the 90s.
I was, and I can say, yeah, I didn't have a care in the world in the 90s and early 2000s because I was a child.
I was not in diapers in the 90s. 4-year-olds are not in diapers. I'm a
was-
girl. I grew out of diapers, started talking and walking faster than boys. Hello? 4 years old, you're not wearing diapers, okay, sir?
I was about to twinkle in my father's eye.
You weren't even a bead of sweat on your daddy's nutsack yet.
I know.
I turned 17 in 99, so.
And I graduated grade 8 in 2000, so I understood a little bit about the world around me.
I graduated high school in 95. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, well, you're saying that I didn't, the 90s were so boring. Nothing really terrible happened other than a few hurricanes
We're a
and stuff.
child.
The IRA,
We're age.
they were still a thing in the 90s.
All y'all are damn babies, is all y'all are.
90s was so boring. It was like, not a place where the 90s is not going to be written in the history books. Kind of meets your qualifications.
Yeah, the worst part is those who have the 90s, they ended up
The 90s already is in history books. We study the Gulf War.
The funny part is most of the 90s for me was I would go do something. By the time I was actually done trying whatever it was I was doing, I'd be laying on the ground with a broken bone going, well, that was fun. I lived.
Also, hold on. What year was Clinton impeached?
97, 98.
Yeah, that's another reason why the 90s are going to be in history books. Because what was it? The third president in history was impeached, and it actually moved to the point to remove him from office.
He was the second.
No,
Yeah,
to be
Trump-
blunt, to be honest, when it comes to Bill Clinton getting impeached, it was as much of a sham as the Donald Trump getting impeached.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
never. It's pretty much exactly the same thing as it was when Trump got impeached. It was never going to fly. It was never going to actually happen. It was symbolic at best.
Yep.
And for a dumb reason.
Yeah.
All because he wanted a blowjob. Fuck.
All because of
It's
It's
perjury,
not about the
actually.
blowjob.
But
It's the fact that he flat out lied about it.
again,
Yeah.
perjury.
When he was impeached.
He
Perjury.
lied to Congress.
It was technically because he lied under oath to Congress. But what?
I've been saying that this whole time. I've said perjury 5 times and nobody even acknowledged it.
I'm not gonna lie, I think I heard you say it, but you're really quiet.
Oh my god, I've been sitting here going perjury, 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 and you guys
Sorry.
are all just going, he lied under oath. I'm like, I'm saying it right now, guys. I'm fucking seriously,
Apologies.
you're just repeating perjury. One fucking word. I had it. It's like Jeopardy. I win. Give me the money.
Sorry.
Damn it.
It was perjury.
Yeah. That's exactly
Anyway.
correct. I am a princess, damn it.
Although one thing that the arms killer said that reminded me of when he was talking about the Cold War is I saw it today. A car with a license plate that said Cold War veteran. I'm just like, wow, that is the participation trophy for boomers. Because unless
I'm
you were
sorry.
spy, you didn't do anything.
Unless you were CIA
Yeah, unless you.
or some high-level Black Ops fucking.
Unless you were a Green Bean, a SEAL, or CIA, you didn't do anything in the Cold War.
For the most part, the Cold War was America and Russia sitting back and forth going, yeah.
No, it was just
Or a veteran of the Vietnam War, because that could technically be classified under the Cold War or the Korean War.
Yeah, Vietnam and Korea are different things because there was an actual war there.
Yeah,
Let's
but it
see.
could still be
Actually,
considered
Vietnam was
within.
not actually a war.
I know Arms and Eminem are too young, but Blind Girl, do you remember the Berlin Wall coming down?
Yeah.
I have a picture of myself standing next to a chunk of the Berlin Wall at Fort Leonard Wood.
That doesn't count.
Well,
I've got a picture of singing at the. Anyway.
Well, seeing as the Berlin Wall that went down in what 91?
89.
Okay, yeah, 89. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't even a. I'm pretty sure that my parents weren't even married then.
Damn.
But I don't know. I mean, what the fuck do I know? I don't fucking know. I wasn't alive then.
I still thought it was funny when the Berlin Wall fell. Everybody's yay, yay, yay. The next day, everybody woke up and was like, "Now what?"
Yeah.
Hell, by the time it come down, I'd been married for 14 years, had 2 kids over the age of 10.
You're old.
I know. Like I said, y'all are all babies.
Exterminate.
Grandpa Crappy.
I've been called worse by better.
People wonder why I just called him old man.
Though the Cold War does seem to be an interesting period, in my opinion, because it was just mostly black ops and, you know, the rise of counter-terrorism, which, to be fair,
I think most of the actual Cold War was basically everybody sitting there, you know, sticking their thumbs in their ears with their fingers spread out, going dee 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 dee.
Mine's bigger than yours, and we have more of them.
Yeah, I saw a meme.
But that was definitely that was the space race, pretty much.
Yeah, I saw a meme that described the Cold War pretty well. It had a picture of a cat. It had like the fuck they doing over there cat with the American flag, one and then one reverse with the Soviet flag, and it just said fuck they doing over there in Russian. That was basically just what it was. It's the fuck
Yeah.
they doing over there. You know, until we got, you know, until Kennedy came along, then we've been perpetually at 2 minutes to midnight ever since.
Anyways.
Yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If Kennedy hadn't died young, he would rightfully go down as one of the worst presidents in U.S. history.
Anyways. There we go. Okay, so. Next article. I'm sure everybody's going to remember this case, but I would like to point out that there's only one news company that reported this correctly in their headline. So, the correct one was Fox. And she was like, I'm going to call 911 on you and say a black man is, and so people are calling that racist. And so it ended up going viral, and she ended up like losing her job.
Is anybody catching any of this?
BJ.
No.
BJ.
No, refresh it. It's back online.
BJ, you cut.
Oh.
BJ, you got that whole first half of what you just said was cut off after we all said no.
Oh.
He cut out when he came back. It's like everything he said in the last minute was just said at once.
Oh. Okay. I'll start over.
You're back online though, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry about that. My internet's been doing this thing where it like blips out for a minute and then is good again. I don't know why it's been doing that. Yeah. But anyways, Amy Cooper is a girl that is charged in the Central Park confrontation that went viral, and I'll explain why it went viral, but I'm gonna explain why it went viral to remind you guys in a minute. But just the reason why.
Karen versus Karen, right?
No. It was actually against a black man. But the reason why I'm pointing out. The reason why I'm pointing out this article first is because the other two news companies described it, instead of using her name and describing what it is, they said, white woman has been charged with falsely calling 911 on black man in racist Central Park confrontation. So every other news outlet is not even saying her name. It's just white woman does something to black man. No context, nothing. Chloe, put the kitten down. But anyways, whereas Fox actually uses her name and says what the fuck happened. Now, this viral video, Chloe, just smack her in the face. This viral video was a woman who was walking her dog off leash in Central Park, and the man like demanded that she put the dog on a leash, and she wouldn't do it. And he said, okay, well, you're not going to like what I do then. And he bent down and he had a treat for the dog, which is weird because he's a bird watcher, but he's a stranger and he's giving this dog food, and she's starting to kind of freak out.
Yeah, he told her he was going to steal her dog, didn't he?
Yeah, something like that. And she said, in the heat of the moment, I'm going to call 911 and say a black man is harassing me or something like that. So that was kind of racist, implying that the cops that attack black people are going to come get him. You could look at that and say she was trying to put fear into him to make him stop by saying the most edgy thing she could say in the moment. After that video went viral and that guy went on the news and everything else, she's lost her job. She's been completely canceled. Well, now she's getting prosecuted for the 911 call.
Bitch, please. No, dude was being an asshole.
Yes, he was
I
being an asshole.
I get she was a bit of a cunt in that situation. But he essentially was, A, being quite threatening, and B, you know, there was no indication of what he was going to do. For all we know, he could have fucking killed the thing.
Yep, and she ended up losing her dog too. They said over dog abuse because she grabbed him by the scruff or something like that to grab the dog. And of course, I'm just like, what do you think the color does when you pull on it? But whatever. But
she was choking the dog.
Yeah. So she lost her dog, she lost her job, and now she is being prosecuted. Like, just.
So her life has been. Now, I'm not saying that what she did was squeaky clean, or even remotely good optics-wise.
All she deserved was people going, bitch, and that's it. That's just it. Just bitch, and then go on with your day. But her life is fucked.
Yeah. The most that needed to be said is, what the fuck? Why are you being such a retard?
Yep. And then
apparently Big Joe
move on.
Says that he read that she got her dog back.
Did she get her dog back? Okay.
I don't know. I heard that she had just adopted the dog from a shelter, and right after that she gave the dog back to the shelter. So I don't know if that changed. I don't know.
I don't know.
But even then, it's sort of...
Animal control actually took the dog, had it for several days, and then gave it back.
Oh.
Okay.
So she's, as last I heard, she has the dog right now.
Fuck off. Sorry, my insulin pump's being a cunt.
But then, even then, if they return the dog, the whole animal abuse thing then isn't that credible. It's obvious that they didn't consider her actions animal abuse then. Well, probably not obvious, but...
She doesn't deserve to have her life ruined over it, though.
Yeah, no, precisely.
But
she did something incredibly stupid.
To just ruin her fucking life because she didn't follow the almighty god of leftism.
It's not even that, it's... She was trying to protect her dog. Now, she may not have done it the right way.
I feel like she would have acted that way whether the guy was black or not. I don't know. Maybe not.
I feel like self-preservation just kicked in. She said something to intimidate him to make him back off. I think in the news with everybody saying cops and black people don't go well, she saw this black guy and went, okay, what can I do to get him away from my dog? I know. I can threaten to call the police that may come and shoot him or something. Maybe he'll back the fuck off. Because that's honestly what I would do. That's actually what I would do.
Also,
and we'd call you fucking it.
Also, can we touch on one thing? Because you said that he said you're not going to like what I'm going to do or something like that. Right? That is 100% a threat. Under every code of law, that is 100% a threat.
Yeah, he was saying he was going to steal her dog or some shit because she wasn't taking care of it.
But you know, I guess in the current day and age, the poor hopeless colored folks can't do anything, and they're always the innocent victims or some shit like that.
Yep. And so every
It's like
news
the
outlet
dude-
doesn't even say her name. It's just
She
white woman, black man. Fox is the only one that said, okay,
But even-
this woman versus that man. Everybody else is just race, racist, racist. White woman, black man, bad, racist. Like, holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Here's the thing, though. Her calling the cops was the right thing to do, considering the circumstance.
Her saying, I'm
But
gonna call the
she
cops and
shouldn't-
say a black man, you know, because that was
Yes,
racist.
she shouldn't have added the racial epithet to it.
But
She should not have done
in the
that.
heat of the moment, for self-preservation to kick in, is it reasonable to think that she's trying to use every advantage she can to equalize the situation? So there's a big black guy
Yeah,
threatening the dog.
I think, yeah.
She
it's
can't
pretty
physically
clear
stop
she
him.
was trying to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Exactly. She can't physically stop him. She's obviously not a freaking gun carrier. And so she's pulling out whatever weapon she can to get him away from the dog. And so she uses the slogans that have been thrown out there every fucking day for the past how many years now? You know, I'm gonna call the cops on you and you know, and whatnot. Honestly, if it was me,
6 years.
that's exactly what I would do. If I was afraid and I didn't know what else I could do other than intimidate and threaten the person and make it legit so maybe they'll fuck off, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I would stand there and be like, yo, I'm gonna call the popo, and you know how they don't like the blacks. Why? Because I would like to get through this in completely intact. You know? I don't know what's
You
gonna
must-
happen next.
You must be a criminal defense attorney's worst nightmare.
Oh, yes.
Race really shouldn't enter into it. He was just a guy
Precisely.
threatening a woman.
Yep.
And he could have been
he was
being
being
feeding her dog poison.
I was gonna say another thing that I want to point out. What the hell happened to believe all women? That went out the drain quick, fast. That went out the window quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Because race
Yeah,
is a bigger
because of all the dumb
division.
bitches that lie.
Race and trans is a bigger thing than woman versus man. Like they're
And it's
finding
not
the
just that,
biggest
it's-
thing. Like,
Women are so last. Women are
It's-
so last year. Race is so hot right now.
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
And trans is just sliding under it a bit. So it goes race, trans, then the gays, and then maybe
Oh,
some
no.
Asians, maybe some Asians.
No,
And then everything else, and then white
Actually,
people is at the bottom,
Every,
and you gotta set white
Asians are
people
down,
on fire.
are down white people levels. No, you forgot. Directly under black and trans are the people of goat.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the people at Goat.
They're like perpetually up at the top there because
And mask wearers now too.
oh, speaking of
Or
masks,
not mask.
my state has now issuing a law that for the next that starting this Friday for the next 60 days, if you're outside of your house, you have to wear a mask. Fuck them.
That is retarded.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck enforcing
I
it.
agree.
So,
I mean, honestly, like, if you're going out to your mailbox, you don't need a fucking mask. If you're going for a jog, I highly doubt you're gonna do a jog by COVID transfer. Like, as you're jogging by, I doubt it. If you're in your car and you're singing to the radio, I doubt that the spittle from your face just travels outside of the car and magically kills a baby. Like, all of those situations does not require any kind of assistance because you're not killing babies and puppies, for fuck's sakes.
It was a drive-by COVIDing.
Exactly. They're doing a drive-by infection. Like, Jesus Christ, these people are ridiculous. And not only that,
They're engaging in a biological attack. Oh, fuck.
well, not only that, but if you're jogging and you're sweating and you're, especially if you're fat and you're trying to lose weight, but anybody that's jogging, really, and you have a mask and it's just getting soaked in sweat and spit and you're re-inhaling that shit, you're gonna kill people. You really are. You're gonna fuck people up more than COVID. I guarantee it, especially in the hot summer. Anybody that's like trying to lose that little extra bit of flab is fucked with that law. Keep your flab, people.
Probably just gonna pass out.
Yeah. Asthmatics are fucked. Just keep your flab. For allergies, people are gonna just constantly be sneezing in their mask and then inhaling that shit. Like, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you've guaranteed that more people are going to get sick now.
There's my rant.
And also, I'm just not fucking doing it. What are they gonna do? What are you gonna do? Write me a fucking ticket? I defy you to try to take me to jail for not wearing a fucking mask.
Wait, trucker, cause you're at work. Do you guys have to wear a mask while you're inside your truck?
No. No, but every state that Crappy and I actually go to requires you to wear a mask if you go inside of a business.
Oh, God, you poor guys, man. I mean, going inside a business, I get. Like, a gas station or something, I get that. But...
The only place around here that I've been required to wear a mask in was the pediatrician's office.
Yeah, it's like, see, that's kind of understandable. Honestly, that's best practice when you go into a medical facility. Seeing as all those places are just a petri dish. With a fountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, but and the thing that really annoyed me was so many of the comments, because this was announced on Facebook, so many of the comments are people going, good, thank you, all that stuff. Like, you motherfuckers. But remember, this totally isn't fascism. It's different, you guys. It is for the public good. We have a legitimate reason to completely destroy any resemblance of your individual liberties. Because,
Throughout this entire outbreak, I've never needed to wear a mask. No one's gonna joke about the fact that I barely got outside.
I was going to, but I was like, you know what? That's too easy. It's too easy.
I legit laid the foundations there so you could make that joke. Fuck.
All right, so you've never had to wear a mask. The question is, how many times have you left the house during all of this?
Funnily enough, only once.
So are we all ready for something funny? Are we ready for a funny?
Yes.
I don't completely understand this because I'm not a follower of the Musk. I probably should be, but I am banned off of Twitter. So I am not a follower of the Musk. But recently, he's been a troll. So, the
That's
Musk
usual shit for Elon Musk.
mocks short sellers with sale of short shorts. The context.
Oh.
After
I thought it was going to be about how he endorsed Kanye West.
he did that too, but now he's selling short shorts. He's having a sale of fucking short shorts, even though he doesn't do fabric. But yeah, so Toyota Motor, as the world's most valuable automaker and surprisingly beating delivery forecast, Tesla has poked fun at the company's critics by announcing sales of red satin shorts. CEO Elon Musk tweeted on Sunday about the limited edition short shorts now available. In a similar move, Musk in 2018 had sent a box of shorts to hedge fund owner and Tesla short seller Ian Bourne? Einborn.
You know the funniest part about all of this?
Is that he's selling
Elon
flamethrowers?
Musk has sold flamethrowers before, so this is kind of... So this is just normal. You know, I'm not even at the least bit surprised. How can one be surprised? Like, Elon Musk is the type of he is the dude that launched a car into space. Just for the
And
fuck of it.
once again, let's not forget selling flamethrowers to the general public.
Yes, I did mention that, but let's mention it again.
There will never be a reason to not mention that. God damn it, Elon, do a second run.
Ion Productions is the name of the company you need to look up.
Question is are they UK legal?
I don't know, but they're legal in 49 states in the U.S.
Can they be classified as a lighter?
Doubtful.
And Mr.
Fuck.
Scott, no, I didn't go
I'll
into
tell
the
you-
background of the black guy. Sorry, Trucker.
Arms, what you need to do is look up a guy named Colin Furze.
Oh yeah, that
Actually,
guy.
he
I know
made
the
a-
Colin Firth is.
Yeah, he invented a thermite launcher. So
Yeah.
A thermite launcher, you say?
Yes,
Yeah.
Colin Firth is what we'd consider a fucking mad lad.
On an unrelated note, I now have an erection.
Really?
Bullshit, it's underrated.
Imagine a motorcycle that flies.
Yeah, Colin Firth is something else.
Kick the kitten's ass?
Wow.
Yeah, you did? Okay, that's good. Okay. The kitten is just like, you took out the kitten? You did? Okay, good job, cat. Good job. Well, don't take me out. You kicked the kitten's ass, that's good. You exercised today, that's fine. Okay, so Chloe's like just harassing the shit out of me right now. I'm assuming she took care of the kitten. It's probably in a back alley somewhere, ready to be some Asian's lunch. Mob hit style. Just saying. Okay, so this is gonna be Trucker's moment to explain exactly what this is. But Supreme Court says that states may curb faithless electors. So the Supreme Court ruled on Monday that presidential elections can be required by states to cast their vote for the candidate of their party who won the state's popular vote. The ruling upholds state laws which purportedly punish faithless electors. Justice Ilona Kagan said that the Constitution allows a state to enforce an elector's pledge to support his party's nominee for president. I don't understand any of that. It was just like, want to me. What the fuck does that mean?
Okay, so there's two things these laws actually address. One of the things these laws address is there's a bunch of states right now that are trying to pass laws that say Virginia is one of the states. They I don't know if they actually did pass or not, but they tried to pass a law that says we're going to give our electoral votes to whoever won the national poll. Now, back when this law got passed, y'all heard me yelling and screaming about it, talking about congratulations, Ralph Northam. Thanks to you, Virginia no longer has, the citizens of Virginia no longer have a voice, period. Right? So, what that does is that stops those laws from happening. The second thing that happens is it binds them to what the states actually vote for. Now, back when Trump was elected, in between the time he was actually elected and the time he took office, there was a lot of celebrities posting videos talking about how, or addressing electoral voters, saying, listen, you do not have to, cast your electoral vote for who the state says it is. They were pretty much begging the electoral voters not to actually put their votes out for Trump. Because the thing is, see, each state is assigned a certain amount of electoral votes depending on population.
Okay.
And what it does is, the popular vote determines, or the popular vote per state determines how many of these electoral votes, happen. Now each electoral vote actually has one person that is the electoral voter. And celebrities were putting out videos begging these electoral voters not to actually cast ballots for Trump. Well, one thing this ruling does is also, in addition to nullifying any national popular vote law, it also tells these electorates that no, you actually have to vote for who the state says to vote for. So it's a twofold. It handles two problems that have that arose because of the 2016 elections.
So is this Supreme Court ruling a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends on your party affiliation. I mean, as a general.
Okay, is it a good constitutional move or a bad constitutional move?
It's a good constitutional move because it solidifies how the presidential election is established in the Constitution.
Okay, then it's a good thing.
It says this is how it says you're supposed to do it, so this is how you're going to do it.
Good. So the Supreme Court upheld the Constitution. Good job. Yay. Amen. Chloe, kick Jemima's ass. Do it. You got high ground.
So-
You're in the chair. Jemima's on the floor. You can just squish her head right now. Just squish her
So
head.
this prevents you from voting for any random candidate.
Well, if I was an electoral voter, say if I was an electoral voter and I was assigned one of the electoral votes to cast, and Virginia said, Virginia voted for Biden. It means I could not turn around and say, I don't like that, I'm going to vote for Trump. I wouldn't be able to do that.
So
And that's actually that's what the celebrities were begging electoral voters to do back in 2016.
okay, so it's essentially they can't go against. So they can't.
They can't go against what the people of their state said to do.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, from the looks of it, that sounds like a really good thing, actually.
It is a really good thing because in this case, there's nothing that actually bound them. In
To
this
do
case,
that.
there's nothing that actually bound them to do that. Now there is. Now in
So
addition,
now, do you elect? So there were a group of people technically separate from, separate from the general voter, who would cast the vote on behalf of the state.
right. What it is, okay, this is why whenever there's an election, a presidential election, they always invoke the road to, what's it, crappy, 270, I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, the road to 270, because that's how many electoral votes you need to win the presidency. And basically, the first person to hit that 270 is the one who wins the presidency. So,
270 would mean you've got a majority.
right. And that's what it is. It's the popular vote doesn't mean anything, and this is actually kind of how Trump won. Okay, say like LA, where California issued, I don't know the actual number. Say California gets 30 electoral votes, right? Well, where everybody will all of a sudden go focus on California, and where everybody will sit and go focus on their, California and their 30 votes. They'll instead focus on, Trump instead focused on Idaho, Oklahoma, Kansas, all the states that nobody ever pays attention to because they are not considered to have enough votes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So it seems like Trump won because he knew where to look for electoral voters rather than the popular vote.
Trump won because he convinced more people to vote for. He won because he convinced more people to vote for him from other states than the handful of states that everybody else bothers with. One thing the 2016 election actually showed. Well, one thing the 2016 election showed is that, for the most part, nobody really cares about what they call the flyover states. There's the states that are absolute givens, like California, Seattle, or California, Washington, Pennsylvania, the extreme northeast, the extreme northeast U.S. Nobody ever really cares. So when it boils down to it, them showing up and campaigning is more or less paying lip service. The problem is, or what Trump did was, instead of allowing these people to accept it as a gimme, or he already realized he wouldn't be getting New York, he wouldn't get California, he wouldn't get Washington, so he went and he focused on everywhere else. The thing is, everywhere else combined still made more than those half a dozen states. And it shows as far as the states like Idaho, West Virginia, Oklahoma, I guess to a part Kentucky, it shows that nobody really cared about them. But Trump did, and that's what got Trump elected.
So yeah, good stuff. So, everybody ready about the next statue demolition?
I'm kind of getting sick of this shit. Fucking statues all getting destroyed for no reason. And they like to say there's a reason, but no, there's no reason.
Oh, but wait, you haven't heard about the latest white supremacist statue to be torn down?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to proclaim. So don't ruin my punchline, man.
Oh,
I'm not.
White supremacist statue of a black man. Statue for abolitionist Frederick Douglass was ripped from the base. Okay? A statue of a very white supremacist black man was ripped from its base in Rochester on a Sunday, the anniversary of one of his most famous speeches delivered in 1852. That's right, 1852, man, that's old. The statue was taken on Sunday from Maplewood Park, a site along the Underground Railroad, where Douglas and Harriet Tubman helped shuttle slaves to freedom. The statue, the very white supremacist statue, was found at the brink of the Genesee River Gorge, 50 feet from its pedestal. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, was that a growl or a fart? Because I can't tell anymore.
I didn't hear it.
It's a cat.
Leave it to people to fucking destroy anything just for the sake of destroying it rather than giving a damn about, oh my god. These people are fucking morons.
Yes, they are.
But in more interesting news, Trump has a freaking niece. Her name is Mary Trump. And she has a tell-all book to hit shelves 2 weeks early. Yeah, a forthcoming memoir by Mary Trump, the niece of President Donald Trump, is set to be published 2 weeks prior to its initial release date, with the publisher citing a high demand and extraordinary interest in the tell-all. The book, named Too Much and Never Enough: How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man, will be available for purchase from July 14th onwards.
So I'm guessing that Trump cut her out of the will or something?
Probably. Or was never in the will to begin with.
That's my assumption, is that she just like wasn't in the. She found she wasn't in the will or something. It's like with John Bolton's book. It's just like oh, when your dad won't let you go to war with Iran, so you write mean things about him in your diary.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, I never knew this Mary Trump girl existed until like now.
Same.
Oh yeah, this bitch definitely chasing clout.
Oh, yeah.
No. Well, she's chasing clout. The thing is, a bunch of people started camping out at her. She was mentioned a couple years ago, but still, when it boils down to it, she's still nobody.
Which leads to the question: how can you be a Trump and still be a nobody? Oh wait, now I figured out why is writing this book.
I wonder if she's a Jew. Because like, well,
It's a fucking bound.
it's just no, but I mean that literally, because like, isn't his? Okay, so his kids have a lot of Jewish whatever. I was thinking about it. I forgot that it's his niece, not
son
his.
is married to a woman who is Jewish, so.
Yeah,
No,
so I'm just wondering.
Ivanka converted Jewish to marry her husband.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought.
Yeah, so I was just wondering if maybe he has like Jewish brothers
I thought
or
it was
something.
Trump Jr. that did. Oh.
No, it's Ivanka.
I'm pretty sure.
I just know there's Jews. And so I'm just wondering if she's if she's Jewish too, because that would be very interesting to me. It just would be interesting to me.
I don't believe so.
Because, like, someone who's Jewish wouldn't generally do a backstab like that, you know? So it'd be interesting to me. But then I remembered niece is not like granddaughter or something, so like, you know, it's just one of his brother's fucking snotty nosed kids doing dumb shit. Guess she came from the dumb side of the family. But in awesomely interesting, nothing to do with politics, but probably because it's Musk news. Moon mining could begin as early as 2025. Oh, it's not even Musk, it's NASA. Shit. Alright, okay, so.
Okay, to be fair, Musk is probably behind it, though.
Well, yeah, but still. The plans to commence mining the moon by 2025 have become more attractive this week after a NASA team found evidence that the Earth's natural satellite may, underneath its surface, be richer in metals than previously assumed. Using data from the Mini RF industrial onboard NASA's LRO, random shit that I know nothing about, a team of researchers concluded that the lunar subsurface contains a higher concentration of iron and titanium. A new space race, because people are going to try to claim territory on the moon to mine, right? Because this could produce the first trillionaire. We going to start a war over who owns the moon, you think?
God, I hope so more than anything. And I just want to say, coincidence how this is a thing? Right around the time we're building the Space Force.
I know, right? Space Force!
See,
America
I
just needs to
wanna say,
hold together.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the current timeline is awesome.
Hi, Jemima.
There are aspects, yeah.
Jemima, you want to go to the moon? Okay.
And Space
1,
Force is
2,
definitely
3.
fucking one of them.
Moon kitty. Hi,
Oh,
Moon
my
kitty.
back.
You know when you think about, sort of the sci-fi series like Mass Effect or Star Trek, I just want them to just be called Space Force. I don't care about any other name. None of this like Alliance shit or Federation or fuck off. Just Space Force.
Space Force. Woohoo! No? Okay. Just me. What? Why is everybody so quiet?
I do like just you, but I do like the way Arms just said Federation of fuck all.
Isn't that most federations? I mean, because that has federal in the prefix, so just,
It's just,
Yeah.
just Space Force. That is all we need.
Jemima?
Also, Scribe got on that shit with the moon base, man. You probably should be speeding that shit up. Otherwise,
Moon
it'll be a
mining.
little too late.
Yeah. Okay, Jemima, you're gonna have to give my phone and my fingers back so that I can keep doing the... Can you just, like... Okay, because I'm not allowed to throw you or anything. Like, no animal abuse while we're live or offline. No one's gonna know. But, just... I can't turn you into, Katsumai right now. So if you could just let my fingers and my phone go, that would be really cool. If you could just do that. Chloe, come take care of it. Alright, so, Chrome. That's right, because Chrome's in the news. And it's not because it violated your privacy. Not. The new Chrome update may extend your laptop's battery life by up to 2 hours. So they're trying to turn that into a positive, but what it really means is the browser has been screwing with your battery and taking 2 hours of its life just by having it installed, and now it's finally giving it back.
What a surprise!
So yeah, it's totally gonna extend battery life by up to 2 hours. By just not sucking on it as much, I'm sure. Just... Yeah.
Google, how about you shut up until you actually figure of an innovative new feature that isn't just you pretending to have done something, but in reality you've done nothing. Then we will talk. Now, fuck off, Chrome.
And China giving the UK the middle finger as usual. China rebukes the UK with middle finger standing erect for its gross interference over Hong Kong.
Deal with it, bitch.
I mean, China's gonna take over Hong Kong whether every single, fucking country, like, sanctions it or not. Like, China doesn't fucking care. It'll just,
to deal with China, you require military intervention, but even then, that's opening a can of worms that I don't think we really want to be opening.
Either way, just remember, this is China we're talking about. The brand new home of the freshly revived bubonic plague.
Wait, bubonic?
You didn't hear about that?
No, I did not.
Yep.
And also, really, China?
China brought back the
fuck it, nuke
plague.
them.
And remind me why. Remind me why we all got down to China.
Japan didn't need those 2 fucking nukes. China did.
Yeah. No, we should have pointed the. We should have done what Patton said and just started pointing the nukes at China. Or no, that wasn't Patton. I think that was MacArthur who said that. Either way, one of them said.
Patton's the one who said it's not about dying for your country. It's about making the other poor bastard die for his.
Yep. I think when Vietnam started, MacArthur was the one who said, "Hey, we got all these fucking nukes. Let's just point them over there."
But seriously, I'm sorry for the Chinese people, but they're fucked.
So, with a name like Keisha, you would think, how did you ever become mayor of Atlanta? And honestly, I don't know, but Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms says she tested positive for the Rona.
Okay.
Really, that's it. That's why I had to add the Keisha thing in there. I had to, spaz it up a little because it was just, okay, and,
Yeah. At this point, getting the Rona is really no big deal.
Well, she's actually just taking the heat off her, considering that, an 8-year-old girl in her district got killed over the weekend.
Yeah, and who killed her? Trucker?
Protesters.
We're not allowed.
What kind?
You are not allowed to say who killed her. That is racist. That's racism. You're a Nazi. You're canceled.
It's a specific kind of protester.
Were they white?
That would be
Don't
protest.
say canceled Nazi.
Were they Black Lives Matter fucks? Were they
protesters
Antifa?
that call themselves Black Lives Matter.
That would be
Killed,
protesters that are actually protesting the death of Rashard Brooks,
Yes, Black Lives Matter.
the man who beat up 2 cops.
Stole a taser. Fired
Tried
the
to shoot him with-
taser.
Yeah, fired the taser, then ran off in the other direction, while acting like he was going to fire it again.
Yeah.
Right before he got gunned down, and rightly so.
So Black Lives Matter took out a 8-year-old little girl of color.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
That's
her mother was trying to go home and got off at the exit, and they were blocking it off. And when she tried to turn her around, they just started shooting up her car.
Yep. Well, the mayor of that place has the Rona.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also, this is why I believe in the Second Amendment. People fucking use it.
Everybody should be armed at all times because once again, society is polite society.
Seriously,
And in any,
when the non-American is saying this, you know there's something up.
and in any case, is people who don't have guns. It's like, okay, so someone breaks into your house and you don't even have a gun. How do you shoot the intruder? How do you shoot the intruder when you don't even have a gun?
Donation!
Thank you, Mr. Scott.
Thank you, Mr. Scott!
Mr. Scott donated $1 Canadian. 50. Why is no one paying attention to me in chat? All Scots matter.
All Scots matter. No, only one Scott matters, Mr. Scott, and that is you. Shit, you're right. I have not been reading chat, but that's because I had been loading a news article. My bad. I will read. I will. Oh, you're talking about Indians versus the Chinese. Dude, bets. Who's gonna win? Indians, the dot ones, or the Chinese?
I think the Indians, considering they've got British training.
But the Chinese got kung fu.
The
They haven't got
Chinese
British
also,
training,
the Chinese also have an infrastructure so weak that you can't flush toilet paper. And in India they just shit in the street.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
They've got British training.
let's be fair. There won't be much. There's not that much threat from China, considering half the people are still welded into their homes.
Yeah.
By the way, he actually does mean welded.
Okay, well, at least Indiana or Indians, or the dot peoples, at least they can throw poop, so they're gonna win.
People, that is incredibly effective. We prefer to call them the 7-Eleven people, like someone with some sort of racial sensitivity.
Dude, I love the 7-Eleven people. They have the squishies, like from the Quickie Mart, but they're not squishies. They're actually slushies. They got the 7-Eleven slushies. And man, they keep those slushie machines working real good throughout the Canadian summer. Yes, those guys.
I'm voting for the Apu.
Also, I'm going to repeat this. British trained.
Oh shit!
And
I
I'm
thought you
going
were
to go
gonna say
ahead and repeat
disavow.
something else. With her
Disavow?
comment about with her comment about the squishy slushy thing, I'm going to go ahead and repeat the fuck avow.
I was just blurring reality with television again, like.
Disavow. Still disavow. All the
There's the fuck about. But seriously, they have been provided with British military tactics, considering they used to be a part of the Empire.
Thank you. Come again.
Matter of fact, they'll be standing there saying that to the
this
Chinese
now.
when they go home. Thank you, come again, bye! Well, poo slinging.
Hold the fuck! I don't want to be involved in this stream anymore. Jesus Christ!
Bullshit, you don't, trucker.
I regret coming back. Y'all racist.
Nah, y'all, we all funny. But, okay, so, now that I've paid attention to Mr. Scott, yeah. Didn't YouTube just kick off some people for hate speech?
I don't think
It was
kick off,
not
but
us.
They did. But they did demonetize a few channels.
Did you guys
Granted, Ethan
talk
Pine did.
about the hand-to-hand combat where the Indians supposedly killed 3 Chinese for 1 Indian? Well, that's a sale.
Also, yeah. Again, and why the fuck is that so loud? Fuck the person that thought that was a good idea.
In other not very racist. Okay, that's not really a sale. That's bad. No, we haven't talked about that. But anyways, a rare brain-eating amoeba. Amoeba. Okay, a rare
Amoeba.
brain-eating amoeba
Okay, Green had to make.
case found in Florida.
Oh, it's Florida. Okay. Oh, that explains it. Fuck.
So health officials said that a case of a super duper totally rare brain-eating amoeba, has been confirmed in the Florida. They confirmed that one person in Hillsborough County had contracted
Did he go to
Don't even
China?
try.
Neisseria fowleri. Neisseria fowleri.
I don't know why I
NF
was
for
thinking
short.
Nigeria.
The amoeba can cause an infection of the brain and is usually super deadly. The amoeba go arriba and it enters the body through the nose. Infections are rare in Florida, where only 37 cases have ever been reported since 1962.
I bet they went swimming after it rained.
Yeah.
It's native to warm waters anyway.
What the... What? Okay, this story from the Daily Mail or Business Insider, those gotta be not very good sources, because this headline has just like caused my brain to fatally crash at the moment. Like I'm having an error 404 right now. Breonna
Oh no.
Taylor's shooting death linked to no-knock warrant gentrification plan.
Wait.
What?
Exactly. So apparently, like, I know it was linked to a no-knock warrant thing, and that's why they want to get rid of them, but then they go gentrification plan.
Okay, I don't see the relevance of gentrification.
Yeah. And after you read that, it then has underneath it in very small print, apparently, Breonna Taylor's warrant was part of a plan to gentrify family claims.
No, bullshit. It was that.
No, I'm going to go ahead and cast doubt on that.
Definite X.
I mean,
Do you expect me to believe that?
the Breonna Taylor shooting was definitely wrong, but it's not. They're trying to get black people out. No, doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I don't agree with no-knock warrants, but she was not squeaky clean either.
She wasn't squeaky clean, but she was in the house.
The botched no-knock warrant that led to Breonna Taylor's fatal shooting was linked to a plan to clear out Louisville neighborhoods so a $30 million gentrification project could move forward, her family has claimed. The 26-year-old EMT's family allege in a lawsuit that cops were sent to her home because her ex-boyfriend, Jamarcus Glover, was allegedly involved in drug dealing and lived in an area that was slated to be demolished as part of a huge redevelopment across the Kentucky city. On March
Oh,
3rd,
so the no-knock warrant was because they were redeveloping the area, not because he was a drug dealer.
on March 13th,
No,
the night
they were
Taylor
both
Sounds like
involved.
they're accusing.
On March 13th, the night Taylor was killed, cops served warrants on multiple homes to make sure Glover was caught and cleared out of his Elliott Avenue. Taylor was shot dead at her home on Springfield Avenue, 10 miles away, when cops looking for Glover fired at least 20 rounds while she was sleeping. Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, claims in the lawsuit Glover was one of the primary roadblocks to the area's redevelopment, according to the lawsuit published. Yeah. And I mean, that's for like how she died was really, really sad. But
I'm not saying it wasn't, but she was also involved in the criminal activity. So
She may have been, but until she's actually named in the warrant, unless she's actually named in the warrant, she's not involved in this particular situation.
And even then, I get wanting a surprise attack, but no-knock warrants are they just sound like a fucking horrible idea. Because, well, the one thing is you have to announce your police, otherwise, legally, the homeowner in a few states can just shoot officers and they'd be perfectly justified in doing so.
well, see, Mr. Scott says her apartment and car was on the warrant.
Okay, her apartment was. Okay.
But even then, yeah, no-knock warrants are fucking horrible. Whoever conceptualized it should just be slapped in the face.
I agree. I don't like that concept.
I think, there's a reason why cops have to announce themselves as they are apprehending a suspect. And that is to ensure that it was properly established that you are in fact a cop. So B, when you do ultimately have to take someone's life, they knew beforehand the risk they were taking before you shot them. Who would have thought? Such a revolutionary thought.
Yeah.
oh shit.
Correct.
Before the funny,
Okay,
I'd just like to say, as of 12:01 a.m. on Tuesday, aka tonight, masks will be mandatory in indoor public spaces across Ottawa. Fuck.
So Mr. Scott says she was under surveillance and there was evidence of giving a package to the drug dealer. They think she was receiving packages and giving them to the drug dealer they were investigating.
Okay,
Receiving
so
packages
she
was her
was.
night job.
So she. Jesus Christ. No, so she was a suspect.
You know? But still.
The boyfriend was. But there's the thing: the
boyfriend.
boyfriend was the dealer, though. That's
You know?
the ex-boyfriend. The ex-boyfriend was the dealer. I mean, hell, I still get the occasional package at the house I lived in Maryland. I've been moved away from there for 10 years.
But even then, she is still a potential suspect. But again, it still doesn't detract from the fact that she didn't deserve to die.
Yeah, she may have been a suspect, but they had no reason to shoot her.
You should have had to go to trial.
Should have at least knocked on the fucking door.
Well, she got shot because her boyfriend shot at cops first.
Yeah, that as well.
Question: was he? I was gonna say, was the boyfriend there then?
Yes.
I legitimately don't know.
Yeah, from what I heard, the boyfriend shot.
I think he was staying with her that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, she got caught in the crossfire. She didn't deserve to die.
There's nothing good about this situation.
I'm pretty sure that's why the officers have been let off, isn't it? Because technically it was her getting caught in the crossfire rather than, you know.
Well, in all
I could be
reality,
wrong.
you know, he shouldn't have died either. They should have had to go to trial. You know?
Well, in reality, they should have knocked, and then if he was shooting at them, they could have shot him, and it would have been perfectly fine.
Well, the problem is with a knock, if they are doing drugs, they got time to flush them. They got time to do everything. The no-knock warrant is element of surprise.
I get, you know, maybe one scream and then you burst the door down. Like, police, open the door! No response, burst, or just say police and then knock down the door. At least make your presence known. You know?
You do once you're inside.
Yeah.
You don't stand outside the door, holler, police. That gives them time to get weapons and everything. If you think about it, most no-knock warrants or warrants where they do raids are taking place at night, early in the morning, while everybody's asleep, not thinking about stuff like that. And they catch them totally by surprise.
Yeah.
I understand both sides of the story, but you got to look at it from the police side too. They're trying to clean up drugs and stuff like that. And she and her boyfriend shoots a cop. She gets shot. What happens to the boyfriend? He's made look like a hero behind this, and he was the one that they were after.
That's true.
But you got to remember, he started it because he fired the first shot.
Not wrong. And on that beautiful, bright, happy, cheery, smiley note, it's time for the funny.
Yep. Well, once this loads up.
He's totally ready, guys. Totally ready.
With fireworks.
Whoa.
That better not be someone's fucking sound pad.
Somebody was excited.
With fireworks canceled, Americans celebrate by firing their many, many guns in the air.
Yes.
Did I click the Babylon Bee article? With fireworks displays around the country canceled due to the beer virus, millions of Americans have resorted to celebrating American independence by firing their obscene numbers of firearms into the sky in defiance of tyranny. While all the whiny liberals stayed inside and cried liberal tears, true patriots took the streets with a shell force and fired approximately 328 billion rounds of ammunition up into the clouds to stand up for real American values. Yeehaw! Americans shouted, guns in America, boy howdy. I approve of this entirely, by the way. Also not too far from my 4th of July event, but anyway. Reports indicate that the thunderous noise lasted over 3 hours, being heard all around the globe. Tyrants and dictators around the world, China, Trudeau, cowered in their bedrooms at the sound of freedom ringing out across the land. During the raucous party, Americans drank all the beer and ate all the burgers. Then they all went to the store to stock up on more ammo. As an American, hands and firm.
that was amazing. Is he okay or?
Was that it?
I don't know.
What?
Was that the end?
Yeah, that was the end.
Oh, okay. We didn't hear the and Finn.
Well, that ended abruptly.
Yeah.
Like so abruptly. Like that's just so.
Okay, well, since apparently it didn't get picked up, and then.
Thank you. Okay, so, ladies and freaking gentlemen of the chat, holy crap, thank you for showing up and supporting this amazing YouTube channel. I thoroughly apologize for some of the downtime, but, you know, mini stroke and kidneys and shit, and foot and stuff. But, thank you sincerely for the donation from Mr. Scott and the love that you show us in the chat. And on that note, Trucker Man, take us away, dude.
Trucker?
We're very professional.
Sorry, wrong button. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Pumpkin Trucker Matt. Dash cams on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Tomorrow's dash cam will not start until the afternoon sometime. I'm not entirely sure what time. It'll be late afternoon, early evening, going to Abingdon, Maryland. So come on by, check that out. In the meantime, go to twitch.tv/armskillerve2 for the game of the day, which will probably be, who knows?
Seriously,
check that.
there is no.
Yeah, seriously, there is no exact time. There's no exact game. It's whatever he feels like playing.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah, pretty much.
So also go over to twitch.tv.com/greenhunder444. As Green Thunder without the T, because well, he can't type right either. So come check that out. He's been playing Stardew Valley today.
Yeah.
So come on by, check him out. And also on Sundays, you got Mr. Misanthropy. For Sunday Fun Day, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll kiss towers goodbye. Sometimes you'll learn something. So, that being the case, today's today Monday. Come on back over here Wednesday about 7 p.m. for another episode of Blind Trucking. You'll find Red Feather, you'll find Crafty Slayer, you'll find Green Thunder the Mighty, Mr. Misanthropic, Blind Girl, and myself. One thing you'll definitely hear is you will hear Blind Girl say,
everybody must play Stardew Valley with Princess, or I will set them on fire.
Try me, bitch.
That is not creepy at all. Thanks for coming by, everybody. See you all next time.
Bye.
Also, who's been using that fucking sound pad?